Welcome to the Queer Love Podcast, the silly and serious shenanigans of two queer relationship coaches. I am your host, Elizabeth Cunningham.
And I'm your host, Lee Greeps.
On this podcast, we talk about how to live your best queer life with fulfilling, healthy relationships and anything else that makes your little queer heart happy. Because living your life outside of the heteronormative scripts is totally possible for you.
Each episode, we explore all things queer love from our professional perspective as relationship coaches, our own personal experiences, and as partners.
If you love our show, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter at Queer Love Relationships. You can also check out our website, www.queerloverelationships.com.
Thanks for following us and enjoy this episode. I'm grateful for all my therapists.
Amazing.
God bless you all.
Welcome to the Queer Love Podcast.
Woo, 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 woo.
Ow, ow, ow. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Sup.
Let us know. I'm like, there really is hair everywhere. Everywhere.
It's my long locks of hair.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So, we wanted to do a gratitude episode.
Tis the season.
Tis the season for gratitude.
It's actually always a season of gratitude.
It is always a season of gratitude. Good to be reminded, though. Yeah. I am very aware that this is, Thanksgiving is not a good time for everyone. We have been, our whitewashed version of history is that, communing with the Native Americans was just like so great with the Pilgrims, and we shared all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But then we killed all of them and we stole their land. Not all of them, obviously, because some of indigenous people are still around. But we massacred a lot of indigenous people to have the United States, to have Canada, to have, Thanksgiving is just about the United States, so we'll just keep it there. But
they have their own Thanksgiving.
They do have their own Thanksgiving. That's true. So acknowledging that, like, yes, this is a holiday of gratitude and giving thanks and family, and I think more and more people are realizing and waking up to our history and how we do need to reconcile that. And so I think just beginning by acknowledging that, and people do land acknowledgements, etc. But also, like, it wouldn't be. I want to share this, and then I want to get into gratitude. What I want to share is that when we became aware of what was going on in Palestine, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who happens to be a Jewish priestess, a Kohenet. Is that it? I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. And she was talking about, one of the things that I coach, which is to start with yourself first. It's like, yes, we can see that other things in the world are really terrible and tragic. And she was like, Elizabeth, you live in the United States, which has, done this to the indigenous people of the United States. So I get that you're concerned about Palestine, and we should be. And also, what are you doing in the U.S. to reconcile for the hurt and the harm that's been done to the indigenous people in the U.S.? And I really appreciated that kind of fierce love, and being able to look at, like, how are we contributing or not contributing to the reconciliation of what has happened to the indigenous people in the U.S. And I want to say, I want to give the what's the word? Give the suggestion from a dear friend of mine where if you don't know how you can contribute, look at time, treasure, or talent. So, how can you give your time to causes that you feel really passionately about? How can you give your treasure? Like that could be money. That could be your things, like donating, things to people who need it, or to causes or organizations that are helping Indigenous people, or even different organizations who are helping Indigenous people with litigation against to make sure that their lands are stay safe, right? And also talent, like how are you using your talent? Like, for example, this podcast. This is a part of me and Lee's talent to, our platform to share, like, what are, to share about these topics and to bring awareness and consciousness to these topics. And maybe you have Indigenous people, on your, if you have a podcast, or if you have some sort of talent that you can use to help Indigenous people and to recognize and to reconcile the things that have happened in our country that have deeply, deeply harmed the Indigenous people in America. So, before we get into gratitude, I just want to acknowledge the harm that has been done by the colonial American state on Indigenous people in this land.
All right. I'm not going to add anything to that.
Okay. Also, I didn't say that I was going to say that before we got on. That was completely news to Lee. I apologize. I was just like, I feel like I want to say this, and so I'm going to say it.
Yeah. It happens.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gratitude? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do, how we're going to do gratitude today is through a DYAD, and we've done it. We've done it? Okay.
Yeah, we've done it on, well, I can remember distinctly we did it on like the New Year's episode last year. Of like being like, tell me a goal or tell me something I went well.
That's right.
That kind of thing. But
that's right.
Here we go again. You just reminder.
Yeah, well, and if you didn't listen to that episode, or if you're new,
how dare you?
Or if you're new, which is apparently offensive.
Yeah, you better listen to every single episode. I want you going back, and I want 5 stars.
That's true. You haven't been asking for 5-star reviews.
No, they should know.
Well. Wow. Okay.
No,
all right.
No, I haven't been asking for it. But wait till the end of this episode.
Amazing. All right. So how the DYAD works is that one person gives the prompt, the other person answers the prompt with only one answer, and then the other person who gave the prompt is there to just listen. And if they understood, then they'll say thank you. If they didn't understand, they're gonna say clarify that. And if they, if the person who answered got really long-winded, or you kind of missed the point of what was sharing, then they're gonna say summarize that. Or if your brain glitches out or the video glitches out, then you're gonna say repeat that, and then the person will just repeat it back. So the point of this exercise is not to have a conversation, but the point is to just listen and understand one another. And the other part of this is to, when the other person gives you the prompt, to just let it land. Let your mind chatter go. Maybe take a big deep breath in and out. And then whatever arises, just say it and trust your inner voice, trust your inner knowing of whatever is there, and be willing to be surprised even by what comes out of your mouth.
Woo. And I think also just the being able to utilize this in any relational dynamic of things, but especially like if you're like, oh, I want like a little connection kind of experience. Maybe you're going to see family, or just want to do it in your partnership or with friends or whatever. It's like, oh, this is just, and because you can change the prompt. I mean, obviously we're changing the prompt compared to our New Year's episode that you need to listen to. But but just the basis of like, just to understand and to hear, like not having like a conversation, right? But it just helps you to understand more about, someone's experience, or, it's also just a point of connection. Like, we do it all the time. We're just like, tell me something you love about me. Tell me something that you're grateful for about our relationship, or tell me something. I like the ones that we've been doing. I'm like, tell me something you want to tell me something about.
Yeah, I know, that's funny. That's a good one though.
I know. Yeah. I was so happy when I created that one.
Mm-hmm.
But you can really just like, it's like, because I just want to understand something, or tell me something you want me to understand.
Mm-hmm. I love tell me something you want me to understand. That is such a useful prompt, especially when you're like confused about something, or you want to know your partner more deeply. Like if they're sharing something with you and you're like, I'm not exactly sure like why they're sharing this with me, you could say like, tell me what you want me to understand about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, the great relational tool.
Very, very great.
And if you want a little handy dandy relational connection tool for your gatherings, then this could be utilized.
Yeah, totally. And it doesn't have to be so formal.
No.
It can be like, we're going to do it, when we do it, we're going to do it in a more formal way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be so formal. Like you could be sitting around, the Thanksgiving table and just like say to everyone, be like, hey, everyone, tell me something that you're grateful for. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make it your own.
Make it your own. All right. Anything else you want to share?
No, I get to go first and give you the prompt.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to look at each other, or are we going to look at the screen?
Okay, I guess we'll look at the screen.
Okay.
Tell me something you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for you.
Thank you.
Tell me something you're grateful for.
You. We usually just have to get those ones out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounded bad. Like this girl will take an opportunity to tease.
That's right.
Tell me something you're grateful for.
I'm really grateful for my family, and at the recording of this episode, we're going to be seeing my family, and so I'm really grateful to be able to go see them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I am grateful for access to clean water.
Thank you.
Tell me something that you're grateful for.
Honestly, the first thing that came up was I'm grateful for the mountains.
Thank you.
Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful to be in a space where you can just go on cute little walks in a cute little neighborhood.
Thank you.
Tell me something you're grateful for.
I am really grateful for this house and this space and the way that we continually create this space together.
Thank you.
Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful to be able to move my body in the ways that I like to. The body.
I'm like, oh shit.
No, move my body in the ways that I like to. Enjoy to.
Excellent.
Yeah. Tell me something you're grateful for.
I'm really grateful for. There's like three things that came up all at once. The first thing that came up was I'm really grateful for the friends that I have and to continue to cultivate and deepen our friendships and to continue to grow together as friends and like as a friend group has been really beautiful.
Nice.
Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for all my therapists.
Amazing.
God bless you all.
Amen.
Good times being had in the therapy room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, grateful for all of them. Tell me something you're grateful for.
I just had a really good idea. Okay, we can cut this part out, but it's called the Asynchronous Book Club. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. That's how my brain works. Okay.
I feel like we should leave that part in.
Okay. Say the prompt again.
Tell me something you're grateful for. Aside from your brilliant idea right now.
I am grateful that you roll with all of the with all of the things that come up in my brain and come out of my mouth. You're just here for it. You just roll with it, and I'm so freaking grateful for that. Not only are you here for it, but you're like, no, I want to hear more. And I'm like, what? That's bananas.
That's true.
That is bananas. So thank you. Yeah. Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I am grateful for just living in a space where we have trees around us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell me something you're grateful for.
I'm grateful to have, I'm grateful to have access to community, and lots of different communities. I just feel like there's such an abundance of community and, things that we or I or just people in general can be a part of. And I'm really, really grateful for that. Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for having people that check in on me. And also having, that reciprocating, being able to reciprocate that to them as well. Just like a check-in, being there for each other.
Yeah. Thank you.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Tell me something you're grateful for.
Man, I just keep seeing people in my life. I am just so grateful for the humans in my life and the people that I have met along my journey, and either the people I've met along my journey and we're not in contact with, but they're still amazing, fabulous, wonderful people that I'm just so happy that our paths have crossed. And also people who are still in my life on a regular basis, just like holy bananas. Like I have such amazing people in my life, and I just am so ridiculously grateful for that. Yeah. Tell me something that you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for the resources to be able to, just do healing work.
Mm.
Yeah, resources, access.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. We are two lucky duckies.
Sure.
Yeah. Very, very true. We would love to hear things that you're grateful for. Love to hear. Love, love, love. Would love, love, love to hear things that you are grateful for.
Tell us.
Yeah, you can scroll down to the show notes. You can reach out to us. You can tell us what you're grateful for. We would absolutely, just love to hear it.
And then right after you do that, you give us a 5-star review.
There it is.
I feel like I did really well with that.
That was slick.
Thank you. Slick. Thank you. No,
oh my God.
And I also just, with these kinds of things, it's, tell us what you're grateful for. And also if it's like people, like tell them that you're grateful for them. Like I'm grateful for just you in my life. I'm grateful for you because you bring a lot of joy into my life, or you check in on me, or you're reliable, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yeah, you brighten my day. Yeah.
Share that.
Totally. And also, and if it is communities or like sharing with your community as well, that you're grateful for the community too. Yeah. And I would also highly recommend to like have a regular gratitude practice of actually sharing gratitude. I'm like a great way to have a gratitude practice is having a gratitude journal and just writing it down. But we are the queer relationship podcast, queer love relationship podcast. And one of the things that like beautifully like strengthens and deepens relationships is sharing gratitude on a regular basis. And even if it's just small things, and even if it's out of the blue too, like how wonderful is it to receive like out of the blue gratitude texts, and that you could give that to other people or just call them and share that. And I have like I said, I am just so lucky and fortunate with, the people in my life. And I definitely have people who randomly text me and tell me how grateful they are for me. And I do the same back as well. And it is so beautiful and so uplifting. And it will keep me going for literally days when I get texts like that. So spread the love, spread the gratitude. We love you. We're grateful for you. We are grateful for you, dear listener.
Dearest listener.
Dearest listener, we're grateful for you. We're grateful for this little podcast community. I'm grateful for this little podcast community. It's so wonderful to hear from y'all and to hear your feedback about the podcast. It just makes our little heart so happy.
There's that Midwest
We
girl.
do. Whenever we get feedback about the podcast, we talk about it and we glow about it for like days. We're like, oh, this person just messaged and they love this episode. It's so great. Blah, blah.
I'm just like, wow, someone listens to it.
Yeah.
That's literally what my mind is like. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. It's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, it's so nice because you're listening to us, wherever you're listening to us from, and we're just kind of like talking into the void right now. We're literally talking at our computer currently, so it's like it's so wonderful to get that connection, and not just have this like, what is it, technological like barrier, So, yeah. Anyway, we love you and we're grateful for you.
Love you.
Love you.
Go do a DYAD. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Queer Love Podcast. We would love to hear from you. Drop us a line on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter at Queer Love Relationships, or email us at queerloverelationships@gmail.com.
If you are interested in working with us, follow the Linktree link in the show notes. See if our offers resonate with you. And if they do, sign up with us or book a discovery session.
We are so grateful that you're here, listening, learning, and growing with us.
Until next time, keep loving.